everyone. Welcome to another President's and Anniversary ride. This is, well, we have this every year to commemorate the sort of like launch of the CTC Merseyside. We've had quite a number of changes in the past few years. I'm glad to say we're still hanging on in there with all the administration one has to do these days. We've got the Wild Wales, which at one point we looked like it was going to be a bit iffy because Ian has very kindly volunteered a few times to do the last, I think 3 years, wasn't it, Ian?
3 years, yeah.
3 year stints. It's a big job, and at one point we felt we may not be able to get anybody, but thankfully we got MRC Jones, who's a guy who people know from Merseyside. He lives in Shropshire now, so MRC Jones is actually organising Wild Wales for us, so we've got to thank him. And if anyone can help in any small way on the day, it's the end of August, the August Bank holiday on the Sunday. So if anyone can help, we're still looking for people to sort of like help out in the halls really. I think we've got the sag wagon sorted out now, so if anyone falls off the bike or anything, we can pick them up now. We've also got a couple of events to mention because Paul Riley's over there, who's organised quite a number of things for the St Helens group. That Paul, I think, you know, will be a good act you're doing there, Paul. You're getting people organised, getting good numbers. And it's nice to see that Paul's doing the convoy trip for us this year, which is in November. So if everyone sees Paul after this event, get your name down for going there, because I think places are going fast, aren't they?
Yeah, I sold to them to go those.
They are, so put your name down provisionally or whatever. If you can, check your diaries when you get home, and then let Paul know. £16, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
£16, it's a bargain of anyone's money. Can't go many places for 16 quid, and it's a beautiful hostel. It's right on top of the, near the Signal Pass, if anyone knows it. Well felt going there. So that's something to put in your diaries. That's in November the 4th or something. Right, thank you. So make a note of that in your diaries. And also we're hoping to have another social event as we did last year when we went to the ice cream farm. So we're hoping we're going to be in September. Same format, just turn up on your bike, you'll get some grub and then you can just ride off home again. We were talking about the ride today, we did about 4 miles and we stopped at a cafe, and now here we are doing another 4 miles and we've stopped again. but the record has been broken. Unfortunately the person's not here today, but a guy called Rob Challand led a Saturday ride in May. And we did less than a mile to get from the meeting point to the 11ers stop. I think that's a record now. Nobody's done less than a mile. Even in the days of Alan Booth. Boothie had a record, you know, of going cafe to cafe.
A mile, I think.
Well, I don't be beaten up. We better check this out now, somebody said, yeah. So that's a thing to look forward to. Anyway, we've got a social event. I'd like to welcome Dave, who's, as you can hear now, the camera's going away. Million shots. I think it's digital, Dave, isn't it? I think it is digital. Dave.
Terrible model.
So you might find yourself ending up on either one of the newsletter covers or perhaps inside on the web pages. So just beware. Talking about photography, I've actually put a little display here. You can look at it afterwards. It's some of the club rides we've done over the years. I used to bring big albums. There used to be maybe 5 or 6 photo albums I had to bring with me. So we've progressed now to a laptop, and one of the earliest photographs is just before the First World War, I believe. It was donated to it by the Liverpool Daily Post and Echo, and you'll see some cyclists getting on the ferry, pay ahead, and it's just staggering to see the amount of people who've got the ferries. There's people there right at the back. You know, you've got this thing about you've got to wait for the wait till all foot passengers get on board. Well, I don't think that fella standing there would have got on the boat. I think he just had to go home, you know. But that, we'll see that's on display later on. And also, we went to France this year. A guy called Jim Clark organised it for us, and we had a very good holiday. Plenty of sunshine near the Pyrenees and right down the south of France in the vineyard area. So there's a map there. If anyone's interested, you can just have a little look through on it. It runs for about five or so minutes. It's going to be very short, but it's just something we've done because we all like going touring. We like going out different journeys. Every trip you go on's a tour here. That's why I always look at it. Even if you go to work, it's a bit of a tour because you don't know what you're going to come across next, do you? Sort of thing. Because on Friday, I got the ferry And then the backbeat Beatles were on the ferry, and I was in the middle of it all, taking pictures again as I did last time. You've got radio, I think it was Juice FM or something like that were on, and they were looking at the camera that I had, because you know with these pocket cameras you can just have them in your top pocket or even in your cycle jersey. So you don't know what you've got to come across, so I always take the photograph of the scene, so you'll see quite a number of things there today. I'd like to thank the leaders, by the way, who've led rides throughout the whole year, particularly George, who's still on the list. He's still making sure the rides start from the Lancashire area. We always have a Lancashire ride once a month, so everyone's welcome to come along. It's always the first Sunday in the month, by the way, and it'll start in the autumn again, autumn until about February, I think the last one, or March, not March, yeah. So everyone's welcome to those. And it's nice to report that Ken Hutchins is now out and again because he had heart problems and he had to go in for surgery, but I believe he's okay. He was going to come today, I believe his lad was going to bring him, but unfortunately he's not here today. But Ken is what I call a stalwart member. As is a gentleman over there, another chap called Ken, who's a guy I've known for a long time, sitting there, Dr. Ken Davis, who donated the Associated Biscuits trophy many years ago. Sure. And I've certainly known Ken a long time. We always have many tales to tell when we meet up, don't we, Ken?
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday.
And someone just come in now, Jim, who is our newsletter coordinator. We still need a lot of stuff to go in that thing, so anyone's got photographs, I'd say photographs are little stories, little pieces of any description, doesn't matter what it is. Try and give Jim a bit of feedback, because sometimes we're not finding anything out about you guys. You know, we need to be knowing what you're doing. It's a great club, and we need to be out there saying, well, we're here and we're doing certain things. Let's just try and show that we're active, you know, because Merseyside CTC is an important part on Merseyside. We've got the Wild Wales, as I say, and it's a big event. So, without further ado, I think it's more or less time to get to the grub stage now. I think everybody's chomping at the bit. I'm sure there's a few hungry people there. So, help yourselves to the food. We've got tea as well and orange juice. And have a good afternoon, folks, and have a safe journey home this afternoon. And later on, if you want to have a look on the laptop, you're welcome. So there we are.
Okay.
Probably get you a copy if you wanted. I've got it on a disc. I could probably get it on a disc for you somehow. Have you got any? Oh, haven't you? No. Do you want to? Yeah, I can get a print done for you.
Shoulders back, chest down.
Chin up slightly. Chin up slightly.
All right, okay. Thank you. That's you, yeah. Catch you again. All right.
Is this an action shot, Al?
Yeah. Tell me what your name is.
Well, I'm John Redmond. I used to cycle with the Runcorn CTC.
Yeah.
Dave Lawley.
Dave Lawley, yeah.
And we now cycle with the St Helens.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I've been a member of the Rustle Fellowship for 20 years. Been out with them, but I just do my own thing now. I'm quite happy, and I've missed a lot of friends and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that it, Al? Hey, Pete Smith.
So you're the famous Pete Smith.
No, I'm not the famous one. I'm the infamous Pete Smith.
No, but the other, you know, the famous.
The other one's there.
With one's here.
The other one's there.
So that
me, the famous Pete.
I'm the infamous one.
Yes, of course. How are you doing?
Well, I was originally, yeah.
I come back looking for you, actually. I went back to
Possibly got in as many as 120 miles, which is a lot of miles to that. And then there's 8 staff who now cycle who didn't cycle before.
What about the 2 ladies that we rode with that day on that tourist trail? Are they still active cyclists?
They are still active cyclists, but the net result of them's taking up cycling. They've also taken up triathlon. They've lost lots of weight, more weight.
They've taken up triathlon?
Yeah.
Wow, that's challenging.
And they're now fitter than me. And the majority of them have got bikes through the Cycle to Work scheme. So cycling's going well at Birkenhead Sixth Form College.
Fantastic story.
You're there, Dave. Fish Island. Get a bit closer. Fish Island, yeah. Oh, hey, just got a wide angle end on that, Dave. You got your best side and this yeah, that's all we wanted, actually. And again. Yay. And again. Well done, thanks, Dave. This isn't fun then, but it's low enough. To be honest, I've never had one. I really recommend it. Well made as well, you know, because the only thing is, great, isn't it? Yeah.
The north end.
Well, yours is before mine.
So tell me the name, Steve, of the cafe.
Owlborn Tea Rooms.
How do you pronounce that? Say it again.
Owlborn Tea Rooms.
Owlborn.
Owl.
Okay.
As in the birdie.
Do anything for your 50th?
The only one we've seen. Oh, damn, I said Steve. No way in Galloway.
Took a while for me to stay.
You can go off in the main street and you will